And for that, let's start our calculation. So let's say we are having a scalar function t, is we have used this thing in the gradient, and this I write is a dot product between a constant vector c and r vector. So I just suppose this one, the t, the scalar function, is a dot product of two vectors in which c is a constant vector and r is the usual position vector, which I write x and x, y and y, and z and z unit vector, while c is a constant vector. So then I can write that what about the gradient of the scalar function. So I will write the gradient of c dot r, and I will apply an identity on this one, that this can be written with the help of an identity, that this is equal to c cross del cross r plus c dot del and r. Now, as we know that r is a vector in a given direction, it's a position vector, means from the origin to the observation point. So this del cross r, its curl is equal to 0. It is not curling. So what is left then? Then this term becomes 0, and we are left with that gradient of t. This implies that gradient of t is equal to the c dot del and r. So now if I want to write or do calculate this thing, that what is c dot del r. So this implies that gradient of t is equal. Now c dot del, c is a vector with components cx, cy, and cz, while del is partial over partial x in x direction, similarly y in z direction. So when we multiply them as a dot product, then this is equal to cx, and then we have partial over partial x, similarly cy and partial over partial y, and cz and partial over partial z, and this is applied on the vector r. And what is vector r? X and x unit vector plus y and y unit vector and z and z unit vector. Now when partial over partial x is applied on this, so it gives 1 here and then 0 here, 0 here. Similarly, when cy, partial over partial y, it gives 0 here, 1 here, 0 here, and vice versa. So here this thing seems cx and then x unit vector. This is left, cx and x unit vector. Similarly, we will have cy and y unit vector and cz and z unit vector, and this is basically vector c. So we got that gradient of t, which is c dot del r, is equal, gradient of t is equal to vector c. This is one of the result that we have obtained. So I will just inbox this equation, which we will use later on. Now another thing, let me write the Stokes theorem. because we will need that conversion as well in order to convert this thing into this form. Because why we are doing all this practice, when this is dA and I have already I here, so I times this dA will give A, and I times A is basically the magnetic dipole moment. So I want to introduce that thing, and for that I am doing all this practice. So here the next what I can do is to write here the Stokes theorem. I hope you remember this, that the Stokes theorem is, if I write, that is curl of a vector v and dot dA is equal to a closed path integral in v dot dl. This is the curl theorem, or this is the fundamental theorem of curl or Stokes theorem. We can give it that name as well. So here, if I suppose that this vector v that is here, if I write this vector is t times c. T is a scalar function and c is that constant vector. Then what it will become? This will become del cross. This will become del. This will become del cross and tc dot dA, and this is equal to closed path integral for v t c dot dl. So I have the Stokes theorem for my function is equal to this. So mathematically there is nothing wrong here. Now let me calculate that what is del cross tc. So I'm calculating del cross tc, and I will use the identity. This is equal by identities, the identities which are in the first chapter. So this is the gradient of t and cross, the gradient of t and cross c plus t and del cross c. Now we know one thing, that AC is a constant vector, so its curl is equal to 0. It's not curling. And from here I can write that del cross TC is gradient of T cross C. So this is equal to gradient of T and cross C. So I can now write that gradient of Tc dot dA, this implies put in there that gradient of Tc is equal to this. So I can write that this is equal to gradient of T and cross C and dot dA sub dot dA, and this is equal to closed path integral in Tc dot dl. So I have just changed this one, gradient, the curl of Tc into gradient T cross C. And now I will use one of the very fundamental, the dot and cross interchange. And that dot and cross interchange is that A dot, let me write here, A dot B cross C, or A cross B dot C, I can write is A dot and B cross C. This is the fundamental relation of the triple product, scalar triple product. Either you find the area by A cross B and multiply it with C, it will give you the volume. Or you find the area of B cross C and then multiply it with A, it will give you the volume of parallelopipe or parallelogram. So it is the same thing. So they are interchangeable provided we keep the order the same. So we can apply it here on this one as well. And I can write this thing, gradient cross like A cross B dot C. So I can write it as A here dot, this is or A, so let me write, this is or A, this is or B, and this is or C. So I can write this thing is, this is in the form A cross B dot C. So I can write this thing implies that A dot, so A is this, so gradient T dot and then C cross DA. So B cross C, C cross DA. So it is the same thing if I do write it like this, C cross DA here. And further, I can write this thing is, if I want to write C earlier, then it will be dA cross del T. dA cross del T. Both these are the same. This conversion means the order is to be the same. So we can write it like this, and this implies that we can write here is, I will write C dot from here. So let me write this thing. This implies that C dot dA cross del T, dA cross del T, and this is also in the form of integral, which is equal to C dot, I can write this is TDL, no problem with this one. So this is also integral here. And let me write close path integral here. Now C dot this multiplied with C dot this, and this gives us the indication that we can write that the close path TDL is equal to integral and dA cross gradient of T. So we have successfully incorporated dA here, and this is equal to this dA cross del and T here. Now we know a few things here that further this implies, now what is actually T? We are having T here, so let me enclose it here. This is our T. And what about gradient of T? Gradient of T is C there. So we have, I can rewrite this thing, that closed path integral in c dot r dl, c dot r in dl is equal to dA cross gradient of t. And what about gradient of t is c. So this is gradient of t. I can write this is dA cross gradient of t is c. So we have this thing equal to dA cross c. So we have reached here, or this I can write is, if I reverse this order, minus sign will be introduced. So I can write C cross and dA, and this is the integral with minus. Now, as I know that C is a constant vector and there is no integration on this one, so I can write this thing is equal to minus C cross, and this is dA, and it will be a closed path, a closed surface integral here. So what I did, I converted C dot R into C and that one. Now what about if I replace this C with, like I replace this C with R unit vector, then our unit vector dot r in dl prime is equal to